Good morning, children. Once again, I welcome you all for this video class. And today we are continuing with our Geography Lesson 1, Part 2. And in Part 1, we studied about uh, the interior portions of our Earth. The three major interior portions of our Earth, they are the crust, the mantle, and the core. Okay. Now we move into a new topic which is named as the Earth's movements. So, before we study about the movements of our Earth, we must know some scientific terms. Okay. So, the first term you must understand is lithosphere. So, what is lithosphere? It is the part of crust. Okay, it is a crust, solid. It is solid in nature, and it is located above the upper mantle. Okay, so the lithosphere is the solid rock and it is the part of our Earth's crust and it is located at the upper part of the mantle. Okay, so the lithosphere they are uh, they are divided into several plates. Okay, they are plates. Several plates they together form uh, the whole earth. Okay, the solid part of the earth. So these plates are known as lithospheric plates. Okay, lithospheric plates, and also it is also named as tectonic plates. Tectonic plates, and our earth is uh, it is covered by several tectonic plates. Okay, for example, our India is in Eurasian plate. Okay, so African plate is there, then Australian plate is there. Okay, so several tectonic plates together forms our whole Earth. Okay, so uh, see, in order to make it clear, I have copied a video. Just look at this video. See, okay, so have you seen how it was broken up, isn't it? So that broken up pieces they join together, we call it tectonic plates or lithospheric plates. And look at the dotted lines in this map. Okay, so all these dotted places, regions are separate tectonic plates, separate individual tectonic plates. They are joined together, and anytime they can move away or collide with each other. Okay, so the next scientific term is asthenosphere. Okay, so what is asthenosphere? See, look at the picture here. So the outer layer, outer part is we could see the ocean and continents above, and in the middle part you could see the lithosphere, which is in brown shape, brown color. Okay, so below lithosphere you can see red colored asthenosphere. Okay, so what is asthenosphere? It is the upper mantle. Okay, we already studied about mantle, isn't it? Mantle is in molten stage, isn't it? They are in liquid form, rocks that are because of extreme heat of the core, because of extreme heat of the core which is at the center of our earth. The rocks inside the mantle are in molten state, that is in liquid state. Okay, we call it magma. So when the magma comes out, when it comes erupts from the volcano, it flows like river, isn't it? River. So when you see the magma flowing out, we call it lava. Okay, so when the magma is inside, we call it magma. When it flows outside, we call it lava. Okay, so uh, mantle, in mantle only lava is present. So the upper part of upper part of the mantle is not very much liquid state. Okay, it is in semi liquid state. Okay, semi molten state. And on this that is called asthenosphere. So the magma upper part of mantle in which rocks are in semi liquid form, and it carries the lithospheric plates, that is called asthenosphere. So lithospheric plates, that is tectonic plates, are placed upon the asthenosphere. Okay, so only our tectonic plates are easily they are liable to move apart or collide with each other. That is, they can easily able to hit each other. Okay. Mm, because they are uh, placed upon asthenosphere which is in semi molten state. Understood? So all our crust, continental crust and oceanic crust, every land portion, the outer surface of our uh, earth is located uh, above the molten rock which we call the magma. Understood? So these three important things you must know. Okay. So lithosphere. What is lithosphere? Litho is a Greek word meaning rock. So the solid part of earth crust, we call it lithosphere. Okay. So the lithosphere is broken into number of plates. Okay. So our whole earth is not a single plate of uh, rock. Okay, it is several broken pieces of rocks combined together. We call it lithospheric plates or tectonic plates. Then asthenosphere. Astheno is a Greek word meaning weak. So the in asthenosphere, the molten rocks are in semi-liquid form. Okay, and it is located at the upper part of the mantle, and it moves the plates of the earth. So because of asthenosphere, the plates of the tectonic plates in the upper portion of our earth, they are uh, liable to, they are easy to move apart or move and hit each other. Okay, see in this picture you can clearly look at the terms we studied about. Okay, see left side, the blue portion is the oceanic crust, that is the solid, the rock portion below the ocean bed, under the ocean. Okay, right side you could see the continental crust. Okay, in which the continents are located. Below part you could see that brown, dark brown color, it is the lithospheric plate. Okay, we could call it tectonic plates, the rocky part of the crust. And below the lithosphere you could see the asthenosphere. Okay, so keep watching. Now we'll study about the movement of earth. Okay, so how movements in earth happens. See, when the continental crust collide with the oceanic crust, see, when the continental crust hit the oceanic crust, what happens? uh, the oceanic crust, it goes down, isn't it? See, the lithospheric plate, that is the tectonic plate which belongs to the oceanic crust, they move down, and the lithosphere of continental crust, it goes up. Because you know why? Last class I taught you, isn't it? Because the oceanic crust is denser, it is heavy, dense, and the continental crust is lighter. So because of the oceanic crust is heavier, denser, when it collide with less dense, thinner continental crust, it goes down. So whenever you take two different materials, strong and light, when you collide them each other, hit each other, automatically the strong one goes down and the light one goes up. Likewise, here also you could see the oceanic crust, oceanic crust lithosphere, it moves down, and the lithosphere of continental, it stays up. Okay. See, when they collide each other, you could see some changes happening here. See, there is star in the middle portion, which shows earthquakes. Okay, when two lithospheric plates hit each other, uh, it forms earthquakes. And also, not only earthquakes, from asthenosphere, you could see red dots moving up, isn't it? And there is white color cloud in the brown part of continental crust, that is volcano. Okay, so when the tectonic plates, lithospheric plates collide with each other, it could cause two important things. One is earthquake, and another one is volcanoes. Okay, and also look at the blue portion, middle of the blue portion. You could see trench, isn't it? What is trench? It is a depth because of the colliding, because of the accident, the hitting each other. The sea portion, it forms a deep pit. Okay, deep pit, we call it trench. Okay, it is called trench. So this is an important thing that happens uh, in the movement of our earth. Okay, so here we saw different lithospheres. One is oceanic crust and another one is continental crust. But sometimes two continental crust, when they hit each other, when they collide each other, when they meet each other, it forms mountains. Okay, here it doesn't form mountain because one uh, one tectonic plate is oceanic, only one is continental. But if two continental crust collide each other, it forms mountain ranges. Okay, in the north of India, you could see the Himalayan mountain range. So our Himalayas was formed because of two continental crust hit each other, colliding with each other. Okay, so these are some of the important movements regarding the earth. Okay, now let's move on to the next topic, that is earthquake. So before we study about earthquake, watch this. Okay, so you could have watched two things happened here. Okay, in the okay in the first portion, you saw two tectonic plates met each other. Okay, they converged, they met, they hit each other. So when two tectonic plates hit each other, it forms an earthquake. Okay, in the second one, you could see side by side two plates, they touched each other. Okay, they uh, they scratched each other. Okay, so this type also we call earthquake only. Okay, first one colliding each other, second one scratching each other. Okay, side by side, hitting each other side by side. Okay, so what is earthquake? It is a definition of, it is a sudden movement of the portion of earth's crust which produces a shaking or trembling. So, what is a earthquake? It is a sudden movement. It happens very suddenly of the portion of Earth's crust. Okay, which produces heavy shaking or trembling. Trembling means mm, shaking only. Okay, shaking is otherwise called as trembling. Okay, uh, this is called earthquake. So in earthquake, you have to look at two important things. One is focus and another one is epicenter. So focus is the point. Okay, it is the point in which the vibration started. Okay, when the earthquake vibration inside the crust where it started, it is called focus. Okay, and the surface of the crust, that is outer portion of the earth, uh, which is straight to the focus, it is called epicenter. Okay, so the straight portion, the point of earth's surface which is directly above the focus, it is called epicenter of the earth. Okay, and see, when earthquake happens, it the waves will be moving apart. Look at the round shape. So these are the waves created because of the earthquake. So these waves, it can go up to 1000 kilometers. Okay, if it is a strong earthquake, even people living 1000 kilometers away, they could sense the earthquake, the trembling. These waves are called seismic waves. Okay, the waves which we human beings experience when earthquake happens, they are called seismic waves. Understood? So three things we studied: what is earthquake, what is focus, what is epicenter, what is seismic waves. Four things we studied. Okay. Okay, the instrument which records the waves of earthquake is called seismograph. Okay, so seismograph is an instrument which is used to record the waves of the earthquake, and the waves of earthquake was measured in Richter scale. Richter scale is the unit measurement of the waves calculated by the seismograph instrument, and the Richter scale will be from starting from 0 up to 9 Richter scale. So 0 Richter scale will be very small linear earthquakes. 9 means it is very large. So every time, even right now also, there could be earthquakes inside our earth, but they may be very small. We could not even sense them. Okay, when it happens Richter 5, 4, 3 and all, we can sense the earthquake, but 0, 1 and all, they are very linear. Okay, now let's move on to the next topic: causes of earthquake. So what are the reasons why earthquakes are caused? How they were caused? Okay, the first point is sudden slipping of the portions of earth's crust along the fault. Fault is the uh, side corner, okay, edge of the land, they are called faults. Okay, sudden slipping, see, the straight portion they slipped sidewise. So suddenly, when the tectonic plates they slipped from their original place of the earth crust, they are called, they are caused. Okay, because of that, earthquake will be caused. Second reason, the movement of molten rocks underneath the surface, it breaks the rocks apart. Okay, we studied about mantle right now, isn't it? Moments ago, we studied about mantle. It is the semi-molten liquid state below the Earth's crust, upper part of the mantle. So when they move, they always kept on moving. So when they move, sometimes they break the rocks above them. So because of the breakage of the rocks also, earthquakes are caused. Okay, the third reason is when there is a sudden shifting of land mass in the crust. Okay, in the outer layer of the earth, when there is sudden shifting of land mass, then also earthquake could be caused. And finally, uh, there may be cracks. Even cracks are formed at the surface of earth. These are the four reasons of earth, earthquake. Okay, now effects of earthquake. Effects means what are the uh, changes it brings. What are the things happen after earthquake comes. Okay. First one is landslide in mountain regions. Look at the picture. That is landslide. So land will be pushed apart. Okay, in mountain regions. Then falling of buildings. Okay, sometimes uh, buildings made of bricks and all, they will fall down and even they could cause terrible death. Okay, mass death. And underground water system will be disturbed. So underground water level also, when earthquake happens, they are disturbed. Okay, they tend to change their position. Okay, their path is distracted. And finally, earthquake even cause fire. Okay, they can cause fire. Types of earthquakes. Okay, waves. There are three types of earthquake waves. Okay, one is P waves, uh, which is also named as longitudinal waves, S waves, also called as transverse waves, and finally L waves, that is surface waves. So P waves are small earthquakes, S waves are little bit larger, and L waves are very large. Okay, they goes up to 8 to 7 to 8 Richter scale. Okay, so these are the three types of earthquake waves. Okay, when earthquake happens in sea water, okay, in sea, the flood and waves cause great loss of life, and sometimes it creates destruction more than the earthquake in the land. We call it tsunami. Okay, tsunami is a Japanese name given for huge sea waves. So earthquake also causes tsunami to happen. Okay. Okay. Now finally we move into the final section, that is distribution of earthquakes, spread spread of earthquakes around the earth. Okay. Nearly 68 percentage of earthquake happens in the Pacific Ring of Fire. Look at the picture. You could see the red color lines, orange and red, isn't it? So this area of the earth is called Pacific Ring. Okay, Pacific Ring, because they surround the Pacific Ocean. So they all these red lines, they have um, they are volcanic regions, and these areas are tend to earthquakes. So earthquakes are often disturbing these areas. Okay, so nearly 68 percentage of earthquake happens in this Pacific Ring of Fire. Okay, and only 31 and remaining 31 percentage of earthquake, they happen in the Mediterranean Himalayan belt, which is in Asia Minor. Okay, Asia Minor, that is northern part of India and near Saudi Arabia. Okay, and the remaining 1% of earthquake, they happen in North Africa and Red Sea and Dead Sea. Okay, so in India, earthquake happens in the northern part of uh, India. Okay, that is in Himalayan region and Ganga Brahmaputra valleys. So some of the major earthquakes in India happened in the northern part. Okay, that is in 1991 in Uttarkashi, and Chamoli in 1999 in Deccan Plateau. Um, Two severe earthquakes happened. One in Maharashtra in 1967, and another one is in 1993 in Latur. Okay, so these are informations regarding the earthquake. So with this portion, we'll end up our class. Next class, we'll study about volcanoes. Okay, till then, see you all.